everyone, it's September 21st, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with serial killer Scott Lee Kimball, known as Hannibal, who murdered at least 4 victims in the early 2000s, and that is him right up there. Born in Boulder, Colorado in 1966, Kimball's mother came out when he was 10, causing his parents to get divorced. His father left the state, and he began to act out, first getting into legal trouble as a tween when he fired a gun out the window of his house. He suffered sexual abuse at the hands of a neighbor of his grandmother whenever he would go visit her mobile home, with things escalating from suggestive photos all the way to being bound and assaulted on film. Kimball moved to Montana to live with his father, but the abuse continued whenever he would come back to Boulder for a visit, and didn't stop until he was 23 years old and attempted suicide by shooting himself in the head. He survived, but was changed by the experience, and along with other victims reported his abuser to the police, leading to the man being sent to prison. By this time, Kimball was engaging in various nonviolent crimes to make a living, dabbling in check fraud and burglary. He got married and had 2 sons, but his criminal activity continued, and he eventually ended up in prison in Montana. After he escaped from a halfway house in 2000, he kidnapped and sexually assaulted his now ex-wife, fleeing to Alaska to evade arrest. He continued to be a fraudster, however, and found himself in federal prison where he cut a deal with the FBI to become an informant. While in prison, Kimball befriended another convict who was plotting to kill his estranged girlfriend and informed on the man to gain his freedom. The ex-girlfriend was scheduled to testify in a drug trial, and the FBI wanted to preserve her testimony. His fraud cases were wiped from his not-so-permanent record, and he was set free, with the FBI flying him to various prisons to wear a wire to try to obtain confessions. His conversations yielded no results, however, and he returned to Colorado living with his mother. 3 bodies turned up in Colorado and Utah between January 2003 and August 2004, and the ex-girlfriend of his prison buddy that led to him being an informant disappeared, but was never found. 1 victim was his uncle and 1 his stepdaughter, and he even attempted to kill his own son by pushing him out of a moving car at 60 miles per hour. During this time, he got married again, with the relationship quickly deteriorating into violent arguments that led to his wife being arrested multiple times for domestic violence. She bought him a gun and he left the state. After an elaborate check fraud scheme in 2006, the authorities tracked him down in California, where he ran out of gas during a high-speed chase and was apprehended. Kimball then confessed to dozens of murders, and prosecutors say that he picked on the vulnerable, drug users, runaways, and people with warrants, so victims and their families wouldn't receive the attention of authorities when they went missing. Much of his adult life is unaccounted for, so it's possible that he could be telling the truth about killing dozens, but he's also a compulsive liar, so it's hard to say. The FBI believes he's responsible for at least 6 murders, though he pleaded guilty to just 4. Kimball was sent to prison and after an escape attempt was moved to a maximum security facility in Florida with a scheduled release date of 2082 when he would be 116 years old. Scott Lee Kimball, happy birthday, you bastard.